Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings is a monumental work of fantasy, renowned for its intricate lore, compelling characters, and profound themes. Among its most iconic creations are the Nazgûl, the Ringwraiths, whose terrifying presence as Sauron's enforcers has captivated readers for decades. In Peter Jackson's cinematic trilogy, The Fellowship of the Ring, 2001, The Two Towers, 2002, and The Return of the King, 2003, the Nazgûl are brought to life through a blend of practical effects, digital artistry, and creative liberties that both honor Tolkien's vision and adapt it for a visual medium. This exploration examines how the Nazgûl were transformed in the films compared to the books, analyzing their portrayal, characteristics, narrative roles, and the artistic decisions that shaped their cinematic legacy. Tolkien's novels, the Nazgûl, also known as the Ringwraiths or the Nine, were once mortal men, great kings, warriors, and sorcerers, who were given rings of power by Sauron. These rings, infused with his dark will, corrupted their bearers, transforming them into spectral beings bound to Sauron's service. By the Third Age, the Nazgûl exist in a liminal state, neither fully living nor dead, sustained by Sauron's power and their own rings. Invisible to mortal eyes under normal circumstances, they wear black cloaks to give shape to their presence in the physical world. Their true forms are perceptible only in the unseen world, a spiritual plane accessible to powerful beings like elves, e.g., Glorfindel, or those wearing the One Ring. The Nazgûl inspires supernatural dread, known as the Black Breath, which induces fear, despair, and, in severe cases, unconsciousness or death. They are not invincible but are difficult to destroy, as their existence is tied to Sauron and the One Ring. They can be harmed by fire, blessed weapons, e.g., barrow blades, or powerful beings like Gandalf. Relying on senses beyond mortal sight, they smell the blood of the living, sense fear, and detect the One Ring's presence, with enhanced perception in darkness. Their eerie, high-pitched cries unsettle those who hear them. Initially riding mortal black horses bred in Mordor, they later use winged fell beasts after their horses are lost in the flood at the ford of Bruinen. The Nazgûl serve as Sauron's most loyal servants, tasked with hunting the One Ring and enforcing his will. Their leader, the Witch King of Angmar, is a figure of particular dread, prophesied to be undefeatable by any man. In the Fellowship of the Ring, they pursue Frodo from the Shire to Rivendell, confronting the hobbits at Weathertop and nearly capturing the ring at the ford of Bruinen. In The Two Towers and The Return of the King, they act as aerial scouts and commanders, with the Witch King leading the assault on Minas Tirith and facing Gandalf and Eowyn. Tolkien's Nazgûl are defined by their otherworldly menace, tragic fall from humanity, and role as extensions of Sauron's will, with minimal dialogue enhancing their enigmatic nature. Peter Jackson's trilogy faced the challenge of translating Tolkien's complex mythology into a visual medium. The Nazgûl, as supernatural entities, required innovative techniques to convey their terror and significance. Below, we explore the key changes and enhancements in their portrayal, organized by thematic and narrative elements. In Tolkien's books, the Nazgûl are invisible without their cloaks, with only their eyes occasionally visible as points of light. Their spectral nature is emphasized over physical detail. In the films, Weta Workshop crafted the Nazgûl as tall, imposing figures shrouded in tattered black cloaks, with no visible faces, only darkness beneath their hoods. This design maintains their invisibility, while providing a tangible cinematic presence. When Frodo wears the One Ring, e.g., at Weathertop or in Bree, the films depict the Nazgûl in the unseen world as pale, skeletal figures with gaunt faces and silver helms, a visual interpretation not explicitly detailed in Tolkien's text. This adds a horrifying dimension, making their true forms visceral for audiences. The films use a blend of practical effects, actors and costumes, such as stunt performer Brent McIntyre, and CGI enhancements to create unnatural movements and distorted cloaks. The unseen world sequences rely on CGI and motion capture to render their wraith-like forms. While visually striking, some purists argue that showing their unseen forms reduces the ambiguity that enhances their mystique in the books. Tolkien's Black Breath is a supernatural affliction causing dread and physical symptoms, affecting characters like the hobbits at Weathertop and civilians in Minas Tirith. The films convey this terror through atmosphere and character reactions rather than explicitly naming the Black Breath. In The Fellowship of the Ring, scenes like the hobbits hiding under a tree root in the Shire or trembling at Weathertop capture their dread-inducing presence. Sound design, with piercing shrieks voiced by Fran Walsh and layered with animalistic sounds, amplifies their menace. Howard Shore's dissonant choral score further underscores their terror. Unlike the books, where the Black Breath has lasting effects, e.g., Frodo's prolonged recovery after Weathertop, the films downplay these consequences for pacing, attributing Frodo's injury primarily to the Morgul blade. This prioritizes immediate fear over Tolkien's nuanced depiction, suiting the medium's need for impactful scenes but reducing the Nazgûl's mystical complexity. Their shrieks, while iconic, replace the book's subtler cries, making them more overtly monstrous. In Tolkien's novels, the Nazgûl rely on supernatural senses, smelling blood, sensing fear, and detecting the One Ring, while using human spies, e.g. Bill Ferny, for information. The films emphasize these senses, particularly their connection to the ring. In the Shire, a Nazgûl sniffs the air menacingly, and at Weathertop, they converge on Frodo as he wears the ring. Close-ups of their hooded faces, tilting, reinforce their predatory nature.